Hey, Billy Blood Pressure. I'm not sure if you saw the videos going around last few weeks. There's this punk kid who does stupid while live streaming to his followers. The first one that blew up was him walking into a guy's house. Oh, I would not advise that. He's sweeping his stairs and standing on the stoop while this kid and his friends charge into the house. What? Why would you do that? You're going to get shot. His wife and kids are upstairs, and the guy is obviously a bit concerned, but he doesn't freak out at the live streamer. He's actually pretty calm about it and says, "Hey, my kid is upstairs. You have to leave." The wife is worried because she doesn't know what's going on. The streamer is just laughing at him and eventually leaves after they walk through half the house. I can't imagine that happening to me. I'm a new dad, and I would probably be inclined to beat the pulp out of them. I mean, I just pictured getting the old softball bat, you know? Dude, if somebody just runs into your house and you tell them to leave and they start laughing at you, you know what that says to me? That kid has never gotten the shit kicked out of him in his life. So he's either won all of his fights or he's never had a fight. I would think if he had fights. So there's something about getting into fights. Unless you're a moron, you gain a level of respect for other people. And you also have a level of respect for violence where it's just like, I don't want to fucking do this. You know, even if I win, my fucking my hands are going to hurt. Like my head, I'm going to have a fucking headache. And then the older you get, it's like I could get sued. The cops show up. It's a fucking nightmare. Anyway, after getting some notoriety from that, he's proud and does a few more crazy things while live streaming. There's one video where he walks up to an older person. Oh no, please tell me he doesn't scare him. And asks them about their dog. Then he picks up the dog and starts running away with it. He's laughing and running while the dog is under one arm and being absolutely manhandled. Yeah, this kid was not brought up right. So he's fucking with this man and woman's sense of safety with their kid, and then he's fucking with old people. Anyway, the kid goes on to say, I'm not sure how he wasn't arrested or even shot. I have no sympathy for these assholes. The guy isn't 14 or anything. He's in his 20s. If someone ran into your home or stole your dog, how would you react? I just don't see a probably with someone getting their kneecaps shot off if they're going to take the offensive like that and fuck with people. I think you say this isn't going to end well. Another one I saw was this dude pouring out a red gas canister onto the hood of a car. Oh, I did see that one. The owner obviously assumes there is gasoline in the canister because that's what they usually hold. In actuality, it's water. The streamer pulls out a lighter, implying he's going to burn the guy's car down. The older man who owns the pickup truck pulls a gun out but uses restraint. I think he had every right to shoot the live streamer. Well, if he's in the truck and he's pouring gas on it and takes a lighter out, you have to assume this kid's trying to burn you to death. Bad enough he's going to burn you to death. You don't fucking light another man's truck on fire. I'm partial to truck. Oh, man, you know? A car is a car, but a truck, I mean, that you can earn a living off of it or pretend you do like I do. P.S. I'm never the guy who thinks people should be shot, but when you're walking into someone's home with their kid, where their kid is, stealing a dog or threatening to burn their car while they're in it, you deserve no mercy. Don't fuck with kids, animals, or people's cars, or old people. Yeah, no, when I was younger, he needs a good old-fashioned ass kicking or whatever it was. He needs a swift kick in the pants. That's what he needs. And I don't understand why. I don't know. It's a desperate move, and I guess you can blame it. You know what that is? I feel like that's the guy version. Those are like man whores, where like now there's this thing where you can be like. Now they just need a social media platform, which is good. But I think guys are going like, oh my God, that chick I used to bang, is now making 200 grand to show her clam on the fucking interweb there. Like, how do I do that? What's the male version of that? You know, no one wants to see a fucking ball bag or the hint of one. So maybe they're thinking like, all right, I have to do stupid shit. Maybe, and then I can win a couple hundred grand, you know? Or like that kid there who goes and boxes former, boxing champions and MMA champions. And he's carved out this whole thing, and that kid's become a fucking multi-millionaire doing it. I think it's just, it's a new way of looking at the world and trying to make money. So I don't know. I'm just glad I don't have to be a young person and try and navigate that. Okay, living in the middle of nowhere. Dear Billy, 2 times. I grew up in a really modest neighborhood in Los Angeles. That's a nice way of saying people I grew up with didn't have shit. Last week, you were talking about moving to the middle of nowhere and how it can be more racist than living in the city. I meant like more overtly racist, because I'm not going to sit here and act like LA isn't one of the most racist places you could ever move to. It's just, that's not there. The story of LA is the traffic, the floods, the fires, the drought, Hollywood. That's what they talk about. They ignore all the riots that they've had and how most people of color seem to live on final approach into LAX out here. Anyway, last week you were talking about blah, blah, blah. I moved out of my childhood neighborhood and out of LA altogether to start a trade business with my cousin. We've been out here for about 4 years, and honestly, it's the greatest thing I've done for myself. Our families are happy here, and our business is doing well. That's awesome. Our kids' schools are better than their schools in LA. Yep, that's the problem out here. The teachers actually seem to give a shit. As far as getting weird looks and being accepted, it's been easy. In LA proper, I would get a lot of looks if I walked into a nice store in Beverly Hills, or me and my friends went to a nightclub. In my early 20s, we were told we couldn't go into bars because of our clothing, even if it was just jeans and a t-shirt. White kids had no problem, but with us, they thought maybe we'd be trouble. Yeah, they thought you were in a gang or something. I've never been asked not to enter a bar here, and honestly, we're usually better dressed than most people around here. One time a customer asked me if I voted for Trump. He expected a hard no, but I told him the truth. I laughed and said, I didn't vote for Trump, but I didn't vote for the other white man either. He laughed, and then we started complaining about taxes. When in doubt, Bill, hatred of taxes can bring us all together. The only people who make my wife feel uncomfortable are the white men who overdo it with the "we want you to feel welcome" vibe. It can be comical at times and definitely tacky. I appreciate your views on a lot of things and listen to the podcast every week on the job. Love to Nia and the kids. Well, that's awesome. There you go. Okay, good for you. I'd love to do it. I just worry if I lived in the middle of nowhere, like you guys would never see me again. I'd just disappear. I would, but I think I could definitely do that recluse thing where every once in a while, oh, he's back. Yeah, he's doing his shit jokes down at the comedy club. He's doing an 8-city tour, and now he's going to, like Sade, she like disappears. I love people that fucking do that.